Hello everybody, this is Scribblefix and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the One Watercolour challenge, which is basically like a monochromatic colour scheme. I first saw Monique Renee do this a few months ago and I thought it would be fun to try out. I'm not sure if she made it up, but I've seen a couple others here and there as well, so yeah. I thought it would be fun to try out because I'm always using a lot of different colours in my art and I wanted to see if I could do a monochrome style artwork. The paper I'm using for this artwork is Reeves cold press watercolour paper, medium texture, and the paints I'm using are my Koh-I-Noor watercolour disc set, Brilliant 24. So I started off with a sketch right onto my watercolour paper. I don't usually do this, but the drawing was pretty simplistic and I was like, what the hell, I'm not inking it anyway, so it just made sense. If this was a larger, more detailed piece, I probably would have used my light box, but it wasn't, so that's okay. I know the sketch isn't exactly symmetrical, it's not perfect, but that's okay. It was just a simple little artwork and I think it looks nice anyway. When the sketch was done, I went into the background with some clear water just to wet the page a bit first before I added the colour. Sometimes I just want to do that when I want to get an even wash. I chose a pinky sort of magenta colour just because I thought it would look nice. Then when I went into the face with some really diluted paint, like I only used a tiny touch of paint because I wanted her face and skin to be pale so it stand out from the background. Then I added a bit more paint into the cheeks just for some blush. It was probably a little bit much, so I just dabbed it with some tissue and it was alright. And then I just added a little bit more colour to the corners of the background, just trying to make it a little bit more darker. After that, I went into the skin, just to add a little bit more tone to it and a little bit of subtle shadows just to make it less flat looking, especially under the nose and under the hair and the collarbone. Then I started on the hair. I didn't really want to keep to the lines too much. I intended them to be a guide anyways. I wanted her hair to look a little bit messy. So I put in some stray locks of hair here and there and I thought it looked alright. I was trying to make sure that I left a bit of white for highlights, but then I ended up going over them anyways with some lighter paint. I probably should have gone from light to dark to stop it from bleeding into each other, but I didn't really think about it. After that, I added a bit of shadow to the skin with some more diluted paint, and I also coloured in the lips. When that was done, I added some darker edges around the corners of the background, just for a little more dimension. Once the hair was dry, I went into it again to define it a little more and make it a bit more better looking. Then after that, I defined the facial features a little bit as well. Once that was done, I decided that the background still looked a little plain, so I painted in some petal shapes into the corners. I thought it fitted because of the colour. I used the shape of one of my large round paintbrushes for that. I know this artwork isn't perfect, there's definitely a few flaws in it, but that's to be expected when you're trying something different and you're out of your element. I usually like to have defined outlines and more colour and having it stand out a lot, and taking that away made it feel like more of a challenge. But I like challenging myself because I feel that's how I grow and I learn more. And I definitely learned a bit from this experience, and it was fun. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, and if you haven't already, hit like and subscribe. Also check out my social media accounts for updates and sneak peeks, and just to say hi if you like. The links for those are in the description below. But anyways, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in my next video. See you later.